There is no judgment to a child of God. No judgment to any man who is in Christ Jesus. Judgment is penalty. It does not come to a child of God. That's why it is important that we maintain our born again, our relationship with Christ. So when a child of God lives in this place, he goes straight to the kingdom. No such thing as judgment. Judgment means death. So Jesus said, but I say to you that for every idle word man may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment. What is this now? Now we deal with this physical in the day of trouble. What they are going through is the word that is spoken. In the days of their denials, troubles, delays, challenges, obstacles, loss, betray, all of those things. That is the judgment they are going through. That is the day of judgment. Physically, man, somebody. When you take this now spiritual, it does not hold. Now, this does not hold physical for a person who uses words rightly. It does not hold. The same way it does not hold for you, because the word that you speak will never stand a judgment to you. So the same way it holds in the physical, the same way it holds in the spiritual, because there's in the spiritual that we're not after here, there is no such thing as judgment for a child of God who lived indeed in accordance to the glory of this principle. Amen. For by your words you will be justified. Is it making sense to you right now? For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be. Do you see that right now? Oh my God. As somebody would say, if they are involved where there is a gunshot, they're going to be killed. For example, watch it. If it does not happen this year, it's not happen any time. Say it is going to happen. And it's going to happen when what this person has said has been forgotten. Amen, somebody. But what we learn out of these things, what we learn is the purpose is for us to be positive. Trust God. We are a bundle of power. Does it make sense to you? We are a host of God. That we can speak a thing and it comes to pass. We can desire a thing even though it is not here right now, existing. Does not mean that it does not exist. That we don't see it with physical eyes doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like I told us right now in this place, there are some microorganisms right here we don't see with the eyes, but they exist. Amen, somebody. Be positive. We have to live because our life does not depend here. This is what makes difference between us. This is what makes us totally different from the world. The world based life more on science. Science is 1 plus 1, what they can see, what they can attest, what can define. Religion takes us far beyond science, what science cannot explain. Science does not believe what they don't see. But religion tells us to believe and put a hope into what we don't see, that though they exist. Does it make sense? So if we understand these things, it patterns us to live a life filled with positiveness. A life hopeful. And when you say a word, you don't say like any other person out there. You say a word that you know it has a life in it. The word that you speak has a life in it. And if it has a life in it, it means you must understand what kind of words comes out of your mouth. Proverbs 13 verse 3 says, he who guards his mouth preserves his life. He who guards his mouth preserves his life. But he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. Opening wide his lips right here shall have destruction. You know, look at that. I told us that words, every word you speak is like the game of the seas. So it means it's like that. It means we have to, we have to be very amazing how we use the word. Because once you release it, you have released a whole sea, a whole deep sea. Amen, somebody. So even if you're going to open the mouth and speak out a whole deep sea, be sure that what's going to pour out is going to return blessedness. Amen, somebody. Amen. Be positive. Be hopeful. Say blessed words to yourself.